it's a little bit optimistic in my point of view. I reckon, like, if you put the infrastructure, I mean, basically they're going in the right direction, but 2010 is simply just, I think it's just a bit out of reach.
Presently I don't think so.
He's very fast. Iriarte! What a goal!
2010 might be a little too close. Maybe 20 years down the road, perhaps.
I don't think 2010 will actually be a reality.
Sheldon, Jimdon finds some space. Can he find the angle for the shot? Ahmadi Bryan would have made a dream return if he had connected cleanly.
No chance at all.
Goal 2010, a dream to bring Singapore into the World Cup finals in 2010. Is this a realistic dream, or are we hoping for too much, too soon? While the local S-League is still in its infancy, the Football Association of Singapore is putting together an ambitious plan for Singapore soccer to reach greater heights, heights which other soccer powers in the region have yet to achieve. In September last year, the FAS revealed its blueprint for Goal 2010. Various committees have been set up to raise the profile of local soccer. New faces have also been drafted in to lend their expertise to help the FAS realize its dream of bringing Singapore soccer to the world stage. Although soccer is the #1 spectator sport in Singapore, our withdrawal from the Malaysia Cup in 1995 has doused interest in the sport here at the national level. So what is the problem with Singapore soccer, which has made the National Stadium look like a white elephant these days?
FAS has always been a shambles to me as a soccer fan of local soccer as well as international soccer. I think they are substandard, if I may use the word, and I won't hesitate to repeat that. I think the next 5 years we have to get really good administrators, some good soccer coaches, and we have to be very liberal with type of players.
Unless they get foreigners especially to be seen in the committee. If you're going to depend on the local fellas to come up with ideas, I don't think so.
If you're talking about FAS, I think people have been there for too long, okay, and they've taken for granted that they always have the job. So they're actually sitting around and not doing much. They're just doing the paperwork, but they're not making an effort to try and make improvements to local soccer.
Another pressing issue facing local soccer today concerns the welfare of national players.
In Singapore, some of them don't have enough incentives, you see. They play, but some of them get their payments late. For example, the Jurong FC. Some of them depends on the donation. But in other countries, sponsors are readily available. They can come up with lots of money to sponsor the team. Even if the team is not a good one, they will still sponsor for it.
Over the years, I mean, including just the last 2 months ago, a lot of issues out of local soccer, our Singapore national team, our local soccer we see here, one mistake after another. Welfare for the players are not looked after, and the recent case of shame, I'd like to use this word, is that Fandi Ahmad and maybe even David Lee did not hit the 100 games to be entitled to be Asian players, recognized as Asian players held in KL. What a joke to have the FAS secretary to say that I'm not too sure about it. I don't think they have hit the 100, even without checking. I think he got away with it. Then he should be fined and should be punished one form or another as a soccer fan. I feel strongly.
With all the odds stacked against us, Goal 2010 seems an impossible dream. If at all we are to achieve this dream, there needs to be major changes to the way soccer is administered in Singapore.
We need a soccer academy, a place where boys are given an education as well as, you know, they play football all the time, training. I don't think you can neglect that education part. Everyone in Singapore would love to see, you know, our team represented in the World Cup, but I just hope everyone realizes how much of change is going to be required to make it there. 2010 might be a little too close. Maybe 20 years down the road, perhaps. But even then, if you are not going to change the system, if you're not going to do anything radical, if the government is not going to be willing to pump in the millions and millions of dollars that is required, I don't see how we can make it 10 years down the road, even 20 years down the road.